At this point, I had a full-blown fever and I could not keep food down. Not only my foot, but my leg from mid-shin down was double, maybe triple its normal size. No exaggeration, I still have pictures from this. The emergency room was the only option, so I hobbled into a lift and made it to Wyckoff Hospital in Bushwick. New York City hospitals are very, very busy. There's a lot going on. These emergency room floors look like what you would see in a movie when a disaster struck. Someone got shot, someone got stabbed, someone overdosed, a lot of homeless people with life-threatening infections, you name it. So I planned on it taking some time before a doctor and nurse were able to see me, but that wasn't the case. Once someone saw my foot, they called some more someones, and after about 10 minutes of tests, they moved me upstairs into a room. I guess I was staying for the night, but I would never have thought that one night would turn into more than 3 months. The pain, one of the worst pains I've ever felt, was unbearable. They immediately hooked me to a couple of bags of antibiotics, and they gave me a shot of morphine. But my opiate tolerance was so high from years of buildup that it didn't do much. You know, it didn't really hit me how serious the situation was until I got in my room and looked around at the other guys, and it started to hit me. I was noticing something. These guys were either missing their limbs or they had their limbs wrapped up like mine. So I guess I was in the right place. The next morning, the doctor came to see me and was a complete prick. He treated me like garbage, and that's probably because I look like garbage, and my chart read that I was an intravenous user, and the tattoos probably didn't help. But it was disappointing. He wanted to cut into me right there without putting me under, and was trying to get me to agree with it. Me being in like a level 9 pain, couldn't even think straight. I haven't slept in days and I was totally out of it. Thank God for this one nurse who not only disagreed with this doctor, but was able to get me a whole other doctor who was much more understanding of the situation and scheduled me a surgery for the next morning. The surgery was rough. They said I kept thrashing around and I woke up with my arms bruised. I was also notified that the infection, which was staph, if it went on for another day, they would have had to amputate my foot. I ended up staying in that hospital for quite a while because they needed to get the infection out of my foot and it needed to heal. There was a hole on top of my foot, about the size of a quarter, that they had to stuff with a shoelace-looking kind of material that went up into my ankle and separated the infection from the tendons. I was on 2 bags of vancomycin a day, and thank God for those nurses. I really don't think nurses get the respect they deserve. They were compassionate and understanding, they were knowledgeable and present. I can't say enough good things about the ones who took care of me. Yes, there was a couple that maybe weren't having good days in the beginning, one that went through my bag and found some weed and took it, then denied it, but overall I had a good experience with them. After being at the hospital for over a month, I was able to go home and they gave me a bunch more